Christopher Wylie, Mindf *CK, Cambridge Analytica and the Plot to Break America. Dive into the disturbing world of data mining and manipulation in Mindf *CK, Cambridge Analytica and the Plot to Break America, where author Christopher Wylie takes you on a journey through his experiences working at the notorious data consulting firm. Witness the transformation of political campaigns driven by new data technologies and social media strategies that not only change messaging, but potentially undermine democracy itself. This book summary will explore groundbreaking tactics such as psychometric profiling, using the Big Five personality traits to target specific voters, and revealing how Cambridge Analytica orchestrated disinformation efforts on a global scale.
The influence of data technology in politics. The effectiveness of political campaigns has significantly improved due to the use of data technology and social media. Chris Wylie, a Canadian data consultant, witnessed the primitive campaign tools of the British political party, the Liberal Democrats, in 2010. Compared to the advanced technology used in the Obama campaign just a few years prior, the Lib Dems' approach was outdated, inefficient, and ineffective. The crucial aspect in political campaigns is the use of new data technology and social media. Obama's team utilized the Voter Activation Network, VAN, which provided specific information about voters, from their race, age, magazine subscriptions to airline miles. The data allowed the team to identify the political leanings and issues that might concern voters, enabling them to micro-target their advertising to sway opinions and get people to vote. While the strategy was successful, it highlighted concerns about the state of democracy. Opposing voters received different messages generated based on their specific interests, leading to a fragmented and personalized political discourse. Although Republicans initially struggled to keep up with the Democrats, data technology in politics only continued to evolve. The power of psychometric data in political campaigns. The traditional method of voter data collection using demographics can be insufficient to predict and target voting behavior. Chris Wylie, one of the Lib Dems' data consultants, used the five-factor model of personality, or the Big Five, to uncover the traits of Lib Dems voters. The Big Five, which measures behavior based on 5 traits: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism, has been shown to be a strong predictor of many factors in people's lives. Through this, Wylie was able to successfully build a targeted database for political campaigns. However, despite its success, the traditional political parties were slow to adapt, and a new client had to embrace the novel approach. Inside the world of psychological warfare. The SCL Group, originally known as Strategic Communications Laboratories, was a company that specialized in collecting and weaponizing data for psychological warfare. Their goal was to gain information asymmetry against their targets and overwhelm them through data manipulation. Through the use of social media and targeted campaigns, they were able to manipulate voters in Africa, narcotics groups in South America, and eventually British and American citizens. Their CEO, Alexander Nix, was a master of manipulation, using tactics such as intentionally making clients sweaty during meetings to gain the upper hand. With the rise of social media, psychological warfare has become a powerful tool for governments and terror groups alike, and the SCL Group was at the forefront of this industry. SCL Group, the Masters of Psychological Manipulation. The book describes how SCL Group employed their data gathering and psychological warfare tactics to manipulate their targets globally. It highlights how SCL formed groups by feeding them specific messages, leading to the destabilization of the narcotics operation from the inside. While SCL used its techniques to de-radicalize young males in the Middle East, it also interfered in several developing countries' elections. The book illustrates how SCL co-opted telecom companies to tap into Trinidad citizens' data, including their internet browsing history, to catalog them. The author's meeting with Steve from America highlights SCL's work with a much bigger client. Bannon's culture war campaign. Cambridge Analytica's role in Steve Bannon's campaign to win the culture war in America is explored in this book. The author, Christopher Wylie, recalls meeting Bannon before he became a key player in the Trump campaign and realizing that there was more to him than met the eye. SCL, the parent company of Cambridge Analytica, believed it could help Bannon weaponize data to sway American voters. SCL started with a proof-of-concept experiment in Virginia, where they discovered that conservative Virginians were put off by Ken Cuccinelli's obsession with banning oral sex. Combining their knowledge of Big Five personality testing and Virginian stance on the crimes against nature law, SCL successfully swayed voters by utilizing their psychometric data to create a consistent and predictable message. Cambridge Analytica's data collection. After securing funding from a wealthy Republican donor, Cambridge Analytica formed an offshoot company in America. They used census information, data brokers, and Facebook to gather all the data they needed. Cambridge Analytica partnered with a Cambridge professor who designed an app that users took a personality test on in exchange for a small amount of money. Users signed into the app using their Facebook logins, allowing Cambridge Analytica to access data well beyond the scope of the original personality test. From the 87 million profiles they compiled, the team started identifying users who displayed sensational and extreme interests to use in their psychological warfare operation. The dark side of Facebook. Cambridge Analytica and the Russians preyed on vulnerable groups using Facebook. They identified users displaying traits of the dark triad and targeted them through Facebook apps. They leveraged Facebook's recommendation algorithms to get them to join fabricated right-wing and extremist Facebook groups. Cambridge Analytica used these groups to post material designed to rile people up, then arranged real-life meetups where members shared conspiracy theories and hate-filled opinions. Russians also started appearing in Cambridge Analytica's office, supposedly employees of the oil company Lukoil, which turned out to be a front for Russia's intelligence branch, the Federal Security Service, FSB. They used fake profiles and Facebook groups to further polarize the nation and foster social chaos. The Unlawful campaign funding during the Brexit referendum. The Brexit referendum in the UK was marred by illegal campaign funding. Cambridge Analytica, in association with Steve Bannon, was involved in funding the Leave.eu campaign group, in addition to another branch that received support from Aggregate IQ, AIQ, based in Canada. Vote Leave could not use Cambridge Analytica due to laws restricting collaboration between campaigns. Therefore, they chose AIQ to target voters. Soon, Vote Leave instructed two of its interns to set up a bank account as a separate campaign, Believe. Vote Leave later transferred £700,000 to Believe, which was automatically passed on to AIQ illegally. None of this was disclosed to Sonny and Grimes, who were only later implicated in the illegal activity. Consequently, Believe obtained illegal extra funds and access to all of Cambridge Analytica's data. The power of cognitive biases. Ever wonder how political parties win elections? The answer lies in their ability to tap into cognitive biases. Fox News and Vote Leave, for instance, took advantage of the effect heuristic and identity-motivated reasoning. By broadcasting hyperbolic narratives that stoked anger, Fox News could bring viewers into its in-group of ordinary Americans. Meanwhile, Leave made their voters indignant, reducing the need for fact-based reasoning and making it easier for them to support a potential threat to the economy. Through targeted messaging, Vote Leave was able to reach millions of voters and dominate their feeds. In the end, the British referendum was the result of a scaled, targeted information campaign that relied on the power of cognitive biases. The Cambridge Analytica Whistleblower. Christopher Wylie, a former employee of Cambridge Analytica, blew the whistle on the company's immoral dealings with Facebook data. After declining an offer to work for the Trump campaign, Wylie found himself navigating a legal battle with Cambridge Analytica, who intended to sue him. With the help of journalist Carol Cadwaladr, Wylie exposed the company's questionable practices. He turned over documents to the FBI and the National Crime Agency, ultimately leading to severe consequences for Cambridge Analytica and Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg.
Christopher Wylie's Mindf *CK illuminates the dark side of data analytics, highlighting Cambridge Analytica's pivotal role in shaping the outcomes of the 2016 Brexit referendum and the US presidential election. The book delves deep into the use of psychometric data to pinpoint vulnerable voters, the manipulation of cognitive biases to win elections, and the unethical harvesting of Facebook user data to sway public opinion. While the book ties up with Wylie becoming a whistleblower and helping to expose Cambridge Analytica's underhanded tactics, it also serves as a critical reminder of the power of data in influencing politics, and the importance of safeguarding user privacy against such manipulation.